Hello. Grandma is hoping to finish chapter 5 of Call It Courage today. Do you remember at the end of chapter 4, Mafatu had finished his canoe? He had taken it out to the lagoon to try it out and check his trap. And while he was checking his trap, he dropped his knife accidentally. And he had to swim down to the bottom to get it. And while he was down there, the octopus attacked. He had to fight the octopus. He killed the octopus and made it back safely to his canoe and then back to his camp. And he ate and was getting ready for bed. And as he was doing that, he realized he was so excited about getting his canoe finished that he hadn't gone up for the first time. He hadn't climbed to the plateau to his lookout to see if the eaters of men were on their way. So he went to bed, and then he was awoken early in the morning by a thumping sound. So let's see what's happened now. A chill sweat broke out over Mafatu's body. He crouched there, listening, unable for the moment to make a single movement. The rhythmic message that boomed across the mountain brought him a message of doom. Thump, thump, thump. Thump, thump, thump. It shivered along his nerves, setting his hair on edge. Warily, moving with utmost caution, Mafatu crept out of the house. The beach was softly brilliant in the light of the waning moon. Any figure moving along the sand he could have seen instantly. He stopped, every nerve strung like a wire. The beach was deserted, the jungle silent and black with mystery. The boy rose to his feet. Swift as a shadow, he turned into the undergrowth where the trail led to the high plateau. The jungle had never seemed so dark, so ominous with peril. The tormented roots of the mape trees clutched at him. Lianas tripped him. Tree ferns, ghostly in the half-light, rustled about him as he passed, their muted hush seeming to say, "Not yet, Mafatu, not yet." By the time he reached the plateau, he was breathless and panting. He dropped to his knees and crawled forward an inch or two at a time. One false move might spell destruction, but he had to know. He had to know. Thump, thump, thump. The measured booming grew louder with every inch that he advanced. Now it pounded in his ears, reverberated through his body, thrummed his nerves. Somewhere below in darkness, hands drew forth from hollowed logs a rhythm that was a summation of life, a testament of death. Yuri crept close to his master's side, the hair ridging on his neck, his growl drowned in the thunder. Now the boy could see into the cleared circle of the sacred place. Leaping fires lighted a scene that burned itself forever into his memory. Fires blazed against the basalt cliffs. Spurts of flame leaped and danced, showers of sparks borne off on the back of the night wind. A deep, wild chanting rose above the booming drums. From his vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. Mighty canoes they were, with high carving stems and decorations of white shell that caught the firelight in savage patterns. But what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures springing and leaping about the flames, figures darting, shifting, bounding toward the sky, the eaters of men. You see the picture there? There they are dancing around the idol. Okay. By the time he reached the plateau, he was breathless and panting. He dropped to his knees and crawled forward an inch or two at a time. Wrong page. Firelight glistened on their oiled bodies, on flashing spears and bristling decorations. High above the drum's tattoo rose the mournful note of the conch shells, and eerie wailing like the voices of souls lost in interstellar space. Mafatu saw that the savages were armed with ironwood war clubs, clubs studded with shark's teeth or barbed with a stingray spike. Zigzags of paint streaked their bodies, and towering above all, the great stone idol looked down with sightless eyes, just as it had looked for untold centuries. Mafatu lay there on the ledge of the basalt, watching the strange scene, powerless to move, and he felt doom itself, breathing chill upon his neck. He drew back from the edge of the cliff. He must flee. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth, not 20 yards away. A guttural shout ripped the darkness. The boy flung a desperate glance over his shoulder. 4 dark figures were tearing toward him through the jungle. He could see them now. He turned and ran blindly down the trail whence he had come. Slipping, stumbling, his breath all but choking in his throat, he felt like a man drowning in ice-cold water. He felt as he had sometimes felt in dreams, fleeing on legs that were weighted. Only one thought gave him courage as he ran. His canoe, ready and waiting. His canoe, if only he could reach it, shove it into the water before the savages overtook him. Then he would be safe. What do you think? Can he make it? We'll find out. Good night. Grandma loves you.